So today is day 27. A lot has happened in the last few days, and I didn't film too much because it was tough. I must say this whole last stage from Oran to Nice is very difficult just because you're in a Mediterranean climate. When I look back in first videos, I was complaining about the rain and the wind. What the hell, France? And now there is a different world. Now it's the world of heat. Day 25 was supposed to be quite a dull day, but actually it was very eventful. Today we had to leave, well, since yesterday we had to leave GR5 for a bit, because a place where you're supposed to stay on GR5 was closed. There was no option for wild camping, apparently. We are walking through a different path, which is a bit more in the valley. It's called the Sentier de Panoramique Mercantour, something like that. So today's peaks are a bit different. This is a place where you can drive up to. And now we're passing really cute village or a hamlet with a lot of interesting things on the poles. Yes, and the houses have little miniature copies of themselves, so it looks super cute. Then we thought, okay, let's maybe take a shortcut, because it's a long day to hike, and we saw that we could follow a road where cars go for 2.5 kilometers. And we had to walk on that road anyway for a bit, and it felt like the traffic is really low, so we will always step out of the road if there's a car coming, so it should be fine. I think 500 meters into this journey, we saw a sign. Oh, pay attention, there are 4 tunnels ahead. Yes, tunnels. You know, walking on the road is kind of okay, people are used to that, but tunnels? Oh man, we were a bit, I don't know, surprised, shocked and concerned, because tunnels feels like quite a dangerous thing to do. So we approached the first tunnel, and we thought, okay, let's just take a look, how are those tunnels? And the first tunnel seemed very short, so we decided to run through it. and we ran. And there were no cars, everything went fine, and so that's how we crossed all the 4 tunnels. We would go before the tunnel, listen if there is a car coming, and then run through the tunnel and then be happy that we're still alive. So that was quite an eventful 2.5 kilometers, I would say. And after that we had to climb to other mountain villages, and that's where I had really tough time, because the heat was hitting me really hard. I didn't expect to feel so helpless and so tired. At some point also my ankles started hurting, and I just felt like, oh my god, this sucks so bad. I'm so slow. But then all of a sudden I came with a solution to actually listen to music, to kind of get my mind out of the situation where I am. I kind of thought about, I need to trick my brain not to think about the things that are annoying me or making me slower. And that was the best decision I've made that day. I forgot about the heat, about my ankle pain, I was just listening to music, even singing it along, just not caring at all. We only met one or two people on the trail, and I highly recommend, if you really have hard time on the trail or anything else physical, just distract your mind in some way, and for me music helps. Yeah, so day 25, yes, was very eventful, I would say. Then yesterday, yesterday was again a day of a lot of heat. So crazy hot. I'm like, yeah, this is not a shade, it's my sweat. Insane. We're almost halfway through today. All Mediterranean. So the trail wasn't too eventful in the sense. We had to cross a lot of coves, but many of them were in the forest, or just, I don't know, like looked like a field with trees as a viewpoint. So many of these so-called passes we actually just passed without stopping. But we knew it's going to be a long day because we actually didn't have a place to stay. And because it was a long day, we couldn't just wild camp, 3 hours into the hike. We wanted to make it as close to the official end point of that day, which is Utelle, a little village in the mountains. And those villages usually mean that there are slopes everywhere, and so you can't really put your tent up. We knew that there's a shelter 1 hour after the village, and village was already 8.5 hours pure hiking, which means at least 10 hours away. So that 1 extra hour felt also like a challenge, but we actually didn't know if we have any other choice. So we pushed through, and it was again a hard day. We were both feeling quite slow and not really motivated. But it was nice that if one of us is low in spirits, then the other one is picking up the initiative and the speed. Oh, it's so hot. And it's already 5:15. Yeah, yesterday was also a day when we were trying to find the sea. We were looking on all of those calls. The description in the guidebook was that, on this call or pass, you can see the suburbs of Nice and the Mediterranean. And we get up and we just see the mountains. You're looking at what is supposed to be the sea. We don't see it. So at some point we were like, is that the sea? It looks like a sea. That's supposed to be the sea. And that happened so many times that we were just joking that this Mediterranean is just an imagination of us, and we have no idea to what target we're hiking to. Is that the sea? So in Utelle we found out that actually we could stay in a communal gîte, which was such a relief. We were so tired. We made it to the town 6:30 already, and just so you know, in those hot days we wake up around 6:30 and start hiking 7:30. So you can imagine that we were hiking for 11 hours and we were both pretty much done and didn't really feel like hiking for another hour to the shelter. So we were super happy that we could stay in Gite, and unexpectedly we missed our last camping day or our last camping day was actually in Dalmas. And today we were just battling the heat again and going on constant ups and downs, and we passed a few towns that look completely different. They do look very much Mediterranean with red roofs, and you could see a lot of poles in the suburbs, and I can totally get it because it's so bloody hot in here. So today is day 27 and we are almost there. We actually saw the sea very clearly today and that was such a boost of energy and such a weird feeling as well. You start thinking, okay, I'm almost at the end, and I made it so far. So on one hand it feels as if you are, I don't know, it felt as if it's sad. It will be sad to leave the trail, to not be in the nature for 8 to 10 hours a day, to not meet friendly village people, and I mean mountain village people because everyone is very very friendly on the trail so far, but on the other hand we are also pretty much tired and we want to make it to the sea. Our bodies really need to recover and it's just nice to have this concrete target that you're hiked to. Ooh, did you hear that? It's thunder. Ooh, there will be some Mediterranean storm today, probably. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting tomorrow. I'm really curious about that moment when I'll dip my feet in the Mediterranean Sea and realize that this is it. Yeah.